If you are planning to buy a new Mac in 2026, you aren't just buying a computer. You are walking straight into a massive supply chain trap designed to empty your wallet. Apple is quietly pulling strings behind the scenes right now, and the truth is much darker than the shiny marketing would have you believe. We are looking at 4 massive desktop drops coming this summer at WWDC, but there is a deeply hidden issue with the M5 chip rollout that nobody is talking about. It all comes down to a brutal global shortage of NAND storage and unified memory. Everyone thinks Apple is just riding high on their silicon success, but inside Cupertino, there is sheer panic. Reliable analysts like Ming-Chi Kuo have been tracking the TSMC $3 yields, and the data proves Apple is physically running out of the base-level chips needed to keep their entry-level machines cheap. If you thought the Apple tax was bad before, just wait until you see the pricing structure they are being forced to roll out this year. This isn't just about inflation. It's about a calculated move to prioritize high-margin pro users while leaving the average consumer in the dust. Let's talk about the M5 Mac Mini, because this is where the heartbreak really starts. The current M4 generation completely shifted the paradigm with that microscopic redesign. It was a masterpiece of engineering, a tiny footprint with massive power. It sold out so fast that it literally broke Apple's inventory system. You cannot even find a 256GB M4 Mac Mini right now because Apple abruptly stopped making them. Why would they kill their most popular budget product? Reports from DG Times suggest Apple is deliberately hoarding every single NAND chip they can secure. They aren't just being cautious. They are in a state of desperation. They need these components to guarantee enough supply for the upcoming M5 and M5 Pro logic boards. They are basically starving the current generation to feed the next one, leaving buyers with no choice but to wait for the more expensive model. The chassis isn't changing one bit. We are getting the exact same ultra-compact aluminum brick and the exact same port layout. But the entry price is taking a violent hike. All the reliable Apple Silicon leaks point to Cupertino permanently killing the 256GB tier. Your new baseline is 512GB, which instantly bumps the starting price to a very painful $799. Honestly, forcing buyers to spend $800 just to get a monitorless desktop feels like a massive step backward for consumer accessibility. Apple is hiding behind the Pro label to justify a price jump that most people simply weren't prepared for. They literally do not have the hardware to offer a cheaper tier right now, and they are hoping you won't notice the missing $599 option. Then we have the 24-inch iMac, which is honestly turning into the most predictable and, frankly, frustrating machine in the entire Apple ecosystem. If you are expecting a massive visual overhaul or a promotion display, you are going to be severely disappointed. Ross Young has made it abundantly clear that Apple is fiercely protecting their mini LED panels for the Pro market. The 2026 M5 iMac is sticking to the exact same super thin 2021 design, the exact same white bezels, and the exact same 60 Hz refresh rate. In a world where $300 monitors have high refresh rates, Apple is still gatekeeping smooth scrolling as a luxury feature. The only thing changing is the brain inside. We are getting a standard M5 chip, and some reports suggest Apple might even use a heavily binned-down CPU and GPU for the base model just to keep their profit margins intact. They might throw in a couple of new pastel color options like a sunset orange or a deep teal, so they have something fresh to show on the WWDC stage. But that is it. It is going to be the exact same 256GB starting storage because, unlike the Mac Mini, Apple assumes the casual family users buying this machine are just saving everything to iCloud anyway. They are counting on the fact that most iMac buyers care more about how the computer looks on their kitchen counter than the actual specs under the hood. It's a cynical move, but from a business perspective, it keeps the money rolling in without Apple having to innovate on the display technology. Before we look at the absolute behemoth desktops Apple is hiding right now, I am actually really curious where your head is at with all these crazy price hikes. The tech world is changing faster than ever, and 2026 feels like a massive turning point. What specific piece of tech are you saving up for this year? Are you holding out for a completely maxed out Apple Silicon rig? Or are you looking at something completely different? Maybe you're finally jumping ship to a custom PC build where you can actually upgrade your own RAM, Or perhaps you're waiting for the legendary Nintendo Switch 2. Drop your exact wish list down in the comments because I read every single one of them. We are actually still running our massive subscriber giveaway for a brand new M4 15-inch MacBook Air and an iPhone 17 Pro Max. This is our biggest giveaway yet, and we want to give back to the community that makes these deep dives possible. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and leave a comment to enter because we pull the winners live on stream and you definitely do not want to miss it. Your support helps us stay independent and keep calling out these tech giants when they try to pull a fast one on consumers. Now, let's get into the heavy artillery. The third Mac dropping is the one the community has been screaming for since the death of the Intel iMac Pro. We are finally getting a massive 30-inch large format iMac, and the current street name floating around the supply chain is the iMac Ultra. This isn't just a rumor anymore. Leaks have spotted massive display panels being tested in Asian manufacturing hubs, confirming Apple is ready to bridge the gap between the casual 24-inch model and the hyper-expensive Mac Studio paired with a Pro Display XDR. This thing is going to be an absolute powerhouse, designed for the prosumer who wants everything in one box. It will strictly pack the M5 Max and potentially an unbinned M5 Pro chip for the entry model. It will definitely feature a 120Hz ProMotion display for that liquid smooth timeline scrubbing that professionals crave. But do not expect OLED. Apple cannot produce 30-inch OLEDs at scale, yet without massive burn-in risks and horrible thermal throttling. Because they are slapping a massive piece of premium glass onto an M5 Max logic board, you need to prepare for absolute sticker shock. A base model 30-inch iMac Ultra is almost certainly going to start north of $4,000. It is an insane amount of money, but for the video editors and 3D artists who refuse to deal with external monitors and cable management, it is going to be the ultimate single-cable dream machine. Apple knows this niche is willing to pay a premium for that clean, all-in-one aesthetic, and they are going to squeeze every penny out of it. Finally, we have the undisputed king of the desktop lineup, the Mac Studio. Visually, it is the exact same silver block sitting on your desk. There are no major redesigns, no space black colorway, and no futuristic glowing lights. It's just the exact same thermal enclosure. But internally, Mark Gurman is reporting that the Mac Studio is getting the legendary M5 Ultra. Since Apple completely skipped the M4 Ultra, power users have been stuck waiting for a true double-chip architecture upgrade. The wait has been agonizing, but the payoff is supposedly massive. The M5 Ultra literally fuses two high-yield M5 Max chips together using their custom Ultra Fusion interconnect. This delivers a mind-bending 36-core CPU and up to an 80-core GPU. It is going to utterly destroy 8K render times and local machine learning tasks. But there is a massive catch that insiders like Shrimp Apple Pro have been warning about. The M5 Ultra requires a staggering amount of local RAM and high-speed NAND storage to feed those 80 graphical cores. Right now, the entire AI enterprise sector is buying up every single scrap of high-performance memory on the planet for their server farms. Apple is forced to compete in a bidding war against massive tech conglomerates like Microsoft and Meta just to get parts for the Mac Studio. Because of this massive component bottleneck, the M5 Ultra Mac Studio is incredibly likely to face severe shipping delays. We will probably see it announced this summer at WWDC, but do not be shocked if your actual pre-order does not arrive until late September or even October. Apple is facing a success crisis. They've designed a chip so powerful that the world literally cannot produce the parts fast enough to keep it fed. The 2026 Apple Silicon lineup is shaping up to be the most powerful, but also the most expensive and chaotic hardware generation we have ever seen from Cupertino. They are building incredible machines that push the boundaries of what a desktop can do, but the global supply chain is absolutely dictating how much we pay and when we actually get to use them. In my opinion, the iMac Ultra is the star of the show here, even with the eye-watering $4,000 price tag. It fills a hole in the lineup that has been empty for years, providing a true successor to the iMac Pro. However, the price hike on the Mac Mini is a tough pill to swallow. It feels like the end of an era for the affordable entry-level Mac. If you can find an M4 model now, grab it, because the cheap Mac era might be coming to a very abrupt end. Apple is moving toward a future where entry level starts at nearly $1,000. And if you want the real power, you better be prepared to pay professional grade prices. It's a bold strategy, and only time will tell if the consumer market is willing to follow them down this expensive path. If you like the video, subscribe, share the video, and hit the bell icon.